and welcome to our channel. And if you are a regular viewer, then you'll be familiar with all the videos we put out regarding propagating plants. So in this video we're going to go back over all the work we've done in the past 12 months to see which of our propagation techniques have worked and which have not worked. So come on then, let's go and have a look round. So one of the earliest things we did at the beginning of this year was to try and propagate mistletoe on this lovely apple tree. This apple tree is a brownie, and I don't know if you can see it, but sort of along here we have put the seedlings, and let me just change the angle of this camera and try and get a closer look. So I hope you can see this. We've got several seedlings that have been put on this branch here, and you see that little loopy thing there. That's the root that's come out of the seed and gone into the tree, and that really is all you're going to get for this time of the year. Hopefully at the end of the season we should get a leaf coming out. So regarding propagating mistletoe seed, this one has been a success. And this is a Datura inoxa, a lovely white flowered specimen. Not in flower now, but that will come out later. This was grown, I think I grew about 10 seeds, propagated 10 seeds, and this was the only one that survived. So it's alive, I've got one, but not a brilliant success. And then in that gap behind there, was a big yucca stump that I was trying to get to spray out some shoots, and that completely failed. So that one didn't work, but we did have one that did work. Now this is the other large cutting that we took of that yucca elephantiopes, and this one's taken absolutely fine, no problem at all. So that's a 50% success rate on that. So we did some hardwood cuttings last year, and I only took one hardwood cutting of a rose, and this is it here. It's a lovely little weird looking sport that I found on a large plant, and it's taken very well. It's all right. I mean, it's not particularly vigorous or strong, but it's alive, so I'm taking that as a win. We took a number of seedlings, some seeds that actually we found growing at the base of dahlia plants, actually in the last garden, which we potted on and brought with us. This is one of them. Got another one over there, which it's a bit early in the season for them to be flowering, but they will be flowering in the next few weeks. And so they were great success. They all took. And well, this one doesn't take any skill. Woodland tobacco, grow some seed. It'll grow on tissue paper. You know, it's far too easy. I don't really see that as a, well, it's not a challenge. It will just grow by itself. But again, it's an easy success, that one. If you've seen some of our older videos, you'll remember really early in the spring we had 3 large lifted cordlines, which these are, and we planted them up, and there wasn't a lot of root on them. And although this one, it doesn't look very good, but it has got new growth, so this one has survived. But I'm afraid, oh, the flip that's happened there, that doesn't look very good. That may not survive, and the one next to it again looks very weak. So 2 out of 3. It's not a great story. But you know what? I did some seedlings, and the seedlings are absolutely fine, and you know, they should be. They're not very difficult to do. So cord lines on the whole, okay. This is a great one. Tradescantia Scylla montana, very hardy, tough as old boots. We had this outside over this winter, went down to -7, still sprouted back. Look at it, amazing. They take so easily from cuttings, it's unbelievable. You know, you should try it. It doesn't require any skill. They kind of do it by themselves. So there you go. These, I mean, every single one I've got them everywhere. You know, every single one has been taken from cuttings, and they always survive. Brilliant. So that's a great one for you. We propagated a couple of varieties of Ricinus, the castor oil plant. This particular cultivar is the really deep red one called Impala. We've got one over here, which is it's called Red. It's got red petioles and sort of red veining on the leaves, but that won't show until later. On the whole, these took very well from seed. They're very quick to germinate. We did lose 1 or 2, but on the whole, I reckon about a good 80-85% success rate. So Ricinus, very easy. You know, you should try these. These are great. Now we did a lot of dividing of herbaceous plants, and I don't really, well, I haven't done any videos on dividing herbaceous plants because it's a little bit too easy. I don't think really anybody requires anyone to show them how to do it. It's sort of very self-explanatory. But what I'll do is I'll quickly go around and point out all the plants that we've divided they've all been successful 100%, but it gives you an idea of the plants that you can do it with, so you can try that in your own garden. This one here, this is Nyphophia coalescens. This is very easy to propagate. It really wants to grow, so it doesn't take any skill, so that's a great one if you want to try that one. This is Brunner Jack Frost, again very easy to propagate by division. Just make sure you put some slug management in place for it. So we have Xanthodecia ethiopica. This is one that is easy to propagate through division. I've got several of these plants now, just lifted from the parent plant originally. Over here, I've got Cannas. Cannas, very easy to lift and propagate from division. This one is Cleopatra. That one there was supposed to be variegated form Stuttgart, but really isn't. We got Formiums. I think all the Formiums in the garden, in the back garden, have been lifted and divided, as with that giant hosta too. Got a couple of those. That did really, really well. And over here, oh yes, bloody bird. Arundo Donax variegated form. We've got, I think, about 3 or 4 specimens of these from the first specimen that we bought. So propagation through division is really, really easy. Doesn't really require any skills. What you got to do is do it at the right time of year when the plants are dormant, which is from late autumn to early spring. Oh, and one more, Alstroemeria. This one is Indian summer. Again, this is seriously expensive in the shops, but ever so easy to propagate from division. But what a great flower on it. I love that. Propagating plants through cuttings is a great way of really ramping up your stock. And this sedum here, variegated form, this is very easy to produce. You just take, say, like a non-flowering shoot, you take like a 4-inch sort of cutting, remove all the lower leaves and let it dry out, a little callus it a wee bit, and then plant it in a pot, keep it in the shade, and that will just take, very, very easy to take these. And we have this purple sedum here, another plant that we took from cuttings. It's supposed to be the same variety next to it, but it doesn't seem to be particularly purple, but you know, can't win them all. And salvias, if you're a big fan of salvias and you don't want to keep paying out for plants in the garden centre, which are incredibly expensive, they are super easy to grow from cuttings. So we've done so many this year, they're coming out of our ears. They're not in flower yet, but they are a late summer or late summer flowering plant, but very, very easy. And you can do it just in water. Just take again 3-4-inch cutting, take off the lower leaves, put it in a jar of water, and within 3 weeks you'll have root on the bottom of it, plant it up, and you've got yourself loads of salvias. I did take some softwood cuttings of euphorbia. I think I took about half a dozen or so, and of that half a dozen I got this one. The rest of them they didn't take, but this one did. So yeah, you took it. I mean, it's always good when you get one plant for free, but the rest of them didn't survive. So what's that? It's like a 80% failure rate, but even so, I got one. We did, if you saw in an older video, we did a low, probably about 20 Triachium seedlings. They all survived. That was a 100% success rate. That is very easily. And behind that, there is a giant sunflower. Most of those, probably about 70% of all those germinated, and then we took out all the weak ones. So I've probably got about a dozen of these here now. And then this one here, this was Glory Lily, where we lifted the roots last year, stored them in the kitchen, and brought them out about 2 weeks ago. But look how good they're going. So loads of roots in there. So I see that as an absolute win on the Glory Lily. So there we have it. I think that's everything we've propagated over the past year. I mean, there might have been a few things I've missed, but if I have, you know, you can always remind me in the comments and I'll try and add those into another video. Anyway, I hope I've inspired you and given you some easy advice to produce your own plants for free, because let's be honest, the garden centre plants are very, very expensive at the moment, and any plants for free that you can get off your own back is surely winning at life. Anyway, thank you for watching. Got any comments, leave them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe because it really helps our channel, and I'll see you in the next video.